accepting my challenge. This video is a showcase of the average player who says Bubba is easy playing against good players. Also, yeah, and later throughout this experience, we find out that one of the players in this match is absolutely zoinked out of their gourd.
Yeah, I just want to chime in real quick. I don't know what the fucking hell a gourd is, but Frostbite was higher than all of us out of anybody on this team.
With that all being said,
I probably wouldn't 4K this team consistently. They're quite good at the game, but you can tell from their gameplay, depending on if they're easy or not. Also, no shit talking in chat. Everyone else is EU.
And they got clownfish too.
Oh. So I have 4K at least 2 of these players in a comp setting. I don't think Lane was on that team because we aren't doing any restrictions. It is a P25 cannibal. Alright, we do have these spawn in. We have Bubba with a pretty standard Bubba build here. We do have our first chase on the lane, a very overzealous Rev. We are going to be faking it, possibly going around, not breaking doors. Spots another survivor over here, and eyes on Clownfish. Clownfish going to be running away here with Sprint Burst, running up to about 3, all the way up to 2, possibly 1. Lane trying to bait the chase here. We have an TNL, the door. Are we going to break it? Not going to go for the break on the door. We're going to go around the T. Takes a little bit wide there. And another wide here into the Bamboozle onto Clownfish. Clownfish going to be calling out that Bamboozle to his team. Might get caught in a little bit of trouble here, though. Bubba not revving, though. Here's the rev. It's a little bit late. We're going to be making it to the pallet, though. Remember, he does have chili, so it's a little bit longer, but agreed. Agreed from Clownfish, and Bubba taking it wide here. And that's going to be a break onto the pallet. Lane going for a little bit of a blind as well. And Bubba deciding if he wants to break off chase, but decides against it. And here's that rev with 1 charge, breaking the pallet. We do have Clownfish going over to its water tower here. Teammates splitting on Gens, Tuesday on 1, Alio on other, and Lane lurking for a beam. We are taking it a little bit wide here. Going to be bumping on that water tower. The wood coming out there and hitting him. A bit of a teabag coming in as well from both Lane and Clownfish here. I didn't remember that from Finding Nemo. And the door for Shaq still not broken yet. We hear somebody working on Gallows, and there's Gallows pop. Very, very early into this match here. And Alio, possibly a balanced landing player. And there it is, the balanced landing off. And here we have a big rev in the main, but deciding against it now. And Alio going to be making that main window door still up. Is he going to break it? No, he goes for the Bamboozle, but Alio going around the front of main has this pallet to work with. Instead goes back to the window, but the window is Bamboozle. Can the Bubba get this in time? No, beast marks for speed. The last charge, will it be agreed? No, it's a free drop from Alio as the second gen does get popped by Tuesday, the gen in main. And Alio going for this vault. Is an M1 coming in? It is onto Alio. And Lane, hella progress on the gen here towards middle 5. And Lane with the pre-run. Remember, we do have Pain Res and Grim Embrace, but no pop or any other gen kicking perks, no eruption either. We do have a 1 injury win con at the moment. It is looking like it might be a My Sinister game. And Alio trying to bait the chase Shaq. Oh, but Lane emo-teching caught out here. Lane gets a little bit too cocky, and no, the Bubba misses. He misses his refresh. It costs him. And Lane getting away scot-free goes for the revolt here. And Bubba bamming the wrong window now. But here we go. Alio going to be pre-running to that Shaq window. This gen about 90% here. There's the kick onto it. Tuesday on another gen. And Clownfish about to get 50 on another, not on water tower. So it must be some of the ones up towards 3 and 1 here on the map. But here we go. Lane taking an aggressive chase onto the Bubba here. But Lane possibly a little bit greedy. Here comes the chainsaw.
No! No!
Lane greeds a little bit too much. Doesn't get the vacuum. And that is a down. Onto Lane here, could be seeing some pain res value coming in. And here we have Shaq as well, but another missed refresh there. And here is the Bamboozle onto Shaq. No immediate rev, though. It gives the survivor time to get to another pallet instead of guaranteeing a free Shaq. And there is a stun from Alio, but Lane getting picked up by his teammate and Clownfish popping another gen right in front of the killer here. We do have a very split 3-gen here in the middle map. And Tuesday, 75% on this gen, mid-5. And here is a kick coming in as well. Can we see a rev? No rev coming in from this Bubba. Here it goes. Doubles back, tries to get somebody on this gen, but misses the refresh again, and nobody's on it just yet. Here we have Alio, though. Alio with his sprint burst getting away all the way to Shaq window. Bubba's still not breaking that door yet for some reason. Gonna be going for a bamboozle here, but Alio check spots, goes back around the other side of Shaq, but no, going back for the gen. And Lane with another teabag, and here's the gen kick. The gen ever so close, 80% or so. And Alio trying to bait the killer all the way to the side, but the killer not falling for it, going back. Spotting Lane, emo-teching here, has a filler pallet right here as well. And here is the rev and a pre-pallet drop there as Lane tries to get distance to another loop, but the Bubba seeing Alio pressuring that gen, and Lane could go down though. There's a vault. Another teammate here, possibly balance landing a little bit late on the M1. And we do have Clownfish teleporting back and forth, and the gen still being pressured by Alio here. And Lane as well getting in a little bit of a precarious spot. Will Bubba go for the rev? He does. Lane now gonna go green through the pallet, a little bit wide on the loop. Can he get around in time? And there's a stun onto the Bubba, as well as a blind, and the gen getting double, triple worked on. As Tuesday trying to get his exhaustion perk back as well. There's the kick, still hasn't broken Shaq door. Bubba clawing back from the edge of defeat here. Trying to get any value we can, but the survivor shift walking. Can we see a sprint burst? We do. And the Bubba having to run back to this gen. And Lane going for a blind here from distance. Alio with his sprint burst as well. Alec still dropped here towards 6. Can Lane get some value out of this chase though? Clownfish splitting onto another gen as well. And we see,
I swear to God.
we see a mind game.
Fuck!
And a big down, but the killer has to choose because the gen's going to be getting popped right in his face. And there it is. He has to choose. Is he going to go for a snowball? Looks like he is. Possibly a locker hop, and there we have it. Does Alio know the timing, though? He doesn't, and that's a second down. Alio going to be getting picked Tuesday. Healing Lane here. Looks like a possible 1K, but a blind. Do we have a moth? We don't. Here's the hook coming in. Clownfish still working on that door. And Bubba now seeing what he can get done. Remember, 4%ing is allowed. And there's an instant unhook in front of his face. With the sprint burst onto Alio. Tuesday and Lane both down. I'm assuming a plot twist on one of them. And here is a trade. Oh, Bubba a little bit lost in the sauce. Finds Alio. Looking around for any beamers. Gonna be avoiding it here. Lane getting up with plot twist. Alio getting reset as well. Are they gonna go for it? Is that the deli player? Oh. Oh my god, and Hat Shack. Wow. What a team. What a fucking team. Can I go back to Bubs? Nope. Oh, they're egoing. A Formula 1 intro here. We have Clownfish. We have Tuesday. We have Lane. And we have Alio. You can see from the hours. 12,732 from Lane. As well as Tuesday here. Soma. With a good amount of hours as well. Catching Clownfish with a little bit of Itachi or whatever the fuck that is. With a calm little 9,875 hours, 33 friends in common. And last but not least, Alio, whose profile I couldn't pull up in time. As we load into this match, tensions are high. Can Bubba prove himself against a no-perk sweaty Compton? Today, we find out. Sit back, relax,
I don't even know what I'm watching.
grab some popcorn, and get ready for peak cinema. 2 BNPs on the map. Lane, Alio, and Tuesday spawning 4 and 5. Bubba with Insidious, Achi, Iron Grasp, and Lightborn this time. Not going to be risking any of those pesky little flashlight blends this time around. And it looks like we do have a strong 3-gen, though, towards Gallows. This is spelled defeat for a lot of team, and no deliverance as well. Will he break Shaq door this time around, though? No, opting not to, but sees 2 survivors here. Does have Eerie Flesh. Gonna be taking the chase on the Alio. No sprint burst this time to get him out of jail free, but there is the miss refresh from the chainsaw, giving Alio time to get main, and he jiggies away. Bubba now only 2 charges to make value. Goes for it, but not getting in time, and a tantrum on the window. And Lane and Tuesday already splitting those 2 gens. But again, we have this 3 gen towards Gallows. Bubba walking back. Smart play, trying to maintain this. No perks, no deliverance this time. And we do have a gen in the back corner of the map. Is there a survivor on it? No, there isn't. It looks like the survivors have not realized about this 3 gen yet. And the Bubba going to be taking it. Finds a survivor. 6 running towards water tower. There's Lane. Go for a water tower loop, a little bit of an emo tech. Here comes the chainsaw and a pre-drop from Lane. Running over towards 5 now. Going to be running up 5 and 4. Has a window vault. Can he get the fast one? He does. But that's an M1 onto Lane there. Checks back towards the gen. Looks for anybody working on it. Doesn't see anybody. And he's going to opt to take this gen kick as well. Oh, but now walking up towards middle map. Trying to find any other survivors. Walks up, doesn't hear a gen, looks in front of him, sees survivors on the gen, but it's not going to go for it. That's Tuesday's gen. And main gen also with a fair bit of progress, about 47% here. And Bubba going to be woeing up main stairs, misses the stairs. Moonwalks behind and sees a survivor teabagging in the window. Gonna opt not to kick the gen, spots Lane. Decides to take the chase onto Lane here, still hasn't broken Shack door yet, and that's Gallows. Oh yeah, working Gallows with a lot of progress, gonna be hopping off it, a big moonwalk as well. Probably a watcher of Coco Kissies, but loses the survivor with it. And now we have Lane onto this pallet here. Here comes the chainsaw going around now. And he bumps on the wood, but Lane's still dropping the pallet anyway. Goes for a teabag, spots the Lightborn. Has Shack window to chain into here. Again, the door's still not broken. And Bubba gonna opt to no bamboozle either from Bubba. Only has 1 charge. Here's the vault, gonna be walking towards the pallet, but a pre-drop from Lane is gonna deny that there. And Gallows does get popped. That's the split on the 3 gen. And Tuesday now working this back gen. 2 gens left. 0 hook stages. But we have seen snowballs in Lane and Soma grouped up now. And goes for Lane. Lane going for a vacuum. A bit of wood in Bubba's face there. Spots the Lightborn yet again. And Lane trying to get to a safe tile. Has Shack to work with. And Bubba going back to this gen. Towards 6 here. Not going to be spotting anybody though. And there's a kick onto that gen. But the survivors still splitting other gens. We see Lane over here working. Alio on this gen towards 2. Tuesday takes the chase here. Goes for a pre-drop. The Bubba going to be continuing. But now it's not a 3 gen in this area. It doesn't matter if he dies here. Goes for a jiggy. Bubba, no beast marks. Can he catch up in time to get to the pallet? And there's a beautiful, beautiful stun from Soma there. Bubba having to waste the time to kick now. And Soma trying to check spot this. Possibly chains it back in the Shack window. Still has the pallet to work with as well. Bubba, will he commit to this chase? We have the vault. Still hasn't broken the door at Shack, and no bamboozle to here. Clownfish spotting the Bubba here. And not going to be taking any of those chases. This gen has a lot of progress. The pressure is getting to him. Alio still pressuring that gen towards 3. And Lane just wants these aggressive chases, taking them. And Bubba with the missed refresh. Could have been a down there. Can we get a drop? We do. The ballerina tech, the big vault though. And he whiffs. He's hungry. And that's the pop from the Gen 3 from Alio here. And Lane taking this aggressive, gets some mind games though. And Tuesday is going to be popping that final gen. And can we take hits for base? We have Agi Iron Grasp though. The body blocks coming in from Cloudfish, but will it be enough? Another hit from Tuesday. There it is. Can we get the wiggle bar? It's close. But no cigar. No anti-camp in endgame. The Insidious as well. I don't think he knows that there's no anti-camp. And there it is. A 3-man out. A 1K win con. On the Dead Dog Saloon with 0 perks. Borttu, try to talk shit. Pretty sure Lane is baked out of his fucking mind right now. Oh, Lane has informed me, guys, that he was smoking a blunt during that chase. Lane, can I get an invite to that Discord? Nice. So
Sorry.
I'm here for a post-game interview, Lane. So, the team was looking good today. We had a lot of good gen pressure, a lot of good builds in that second game. Chat wants to know, how baked are you right now?
Yeah, so I couldn't even hear my team really over King Von.
No breakfast, but I'm a boxer nigga. Like some Captain Crunch, I got a tip.
And that's kind of part of the reason I died at the end. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. We played that set we just played, and my notepad is filled with notes from that. So.
Alio, I was going to talk to you about some of those gens you were pressuring with Sprint Burst. What do you think about your plays there? You think they were really good? Are we going to see those in the future matches?
Yeah, I'm thinking in the future matches we're going to have to keep that in the books for sure.
He's the greatest killer ever, dude. I love this guy.
Lane really being baked and playing King Bong really helped the team morale throughout this tough win. So I really got to shout out my teammate Lane.
So Lane, do you think the Vaughn and Weed strategy might help us later down the line in future scrims?
Right on, dude. Yeah, so I learned that from my teammate here, Frostbite. Bradley, we call him. His real name's Joseph, but we call him Bradley, and he blasts that shit in tournaments all the time.
Like that shit was cool.
And we realize if you think like Bond, you play like Bond, and like if you think about it, we just hit the win Bond type shit at the end of it. Hopefully that answers your question.
It does, but we have one more question, and this is one that I thought up of myself. I was thinking, with King Von blasting, do you ever play Tooker to the O, but instead of O, you yell out the comp clock that you're running to?
I don't think anyone can hear anyone
The wheelie trying to get for real, but that go twin.
in any of our comms because all of us blast King Von so loud that, like,
How many of the dreads are in this call right now? How many have been consumed?
what?
How many of Vaughn's dreads were consumed in this match?
I don't even remember. I just don't remember the question, Epi. You're gonna have to ask, like, someone else, man. I'm too big for this shit.
Oh, he's fucking zoinked out of his mind.
Dude, I was cooking, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was the one to die, though. I was the one to die. That's my fault.
Oh. Because Lane is high out of his gourd, I'm gonna do one impression for him. Like Scoob, like Zoinks, man. There you go.
Oh, dude, you're making me hungry, bro. I don't know. You at least like, I feel like I have to like put the joint out sometimes, but like that one, like it was like burning my eyes and shit in the face.
Bro,
but
no terror radius.
I was just running, man,
what kind of
and
build
he
is
was just
this?
doing what he was doing. That's the best I can describe it, Epi. I need someone else to take over, because
Do you guys think you'll use Borttu as a future scrim partner?
I'm actually gonna go cry, so I just can't. I can't stop thinking about that basement, man. Watching all my teammates leave. But I'm also crying because I just accidentally ashed this shit like on my face because I was laying down that match like on my DX Racer and I got some ash in my eyes, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, man, shit has you locked. It's that blood point billionaire mindset.
Oh,